Let's see.
So what were we talking about prior to this? Prior to going, are you saying that you're blurry on YouTube? Is that the current problem?
Yes.
Let us
I
find
don't
out if
know if
that is the
am
case.
I. Oh, it's live now. Okay, and that's
I'm
all
gonna have to
set.
re-roll here. Yeah, let's have a look. It is in fact live.
Um,
Oh, I see AI news for Tuesday.
what?
Perhaps I don't see it live yet.
I see it is copy video URL,
Oh,
open, paste. Yep.
still nothing on my end. Well, what is going on? Oh, here we go. We get two watching. Excellent. We are live. So, yeah, it
Oh,
does look a
hey.
little bit compressed on your end, but not
No,
too
it
bad.
looks amazing
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
for what I've compared to every other time I've done this.
Ah, okay. Maybe they fixed something in the background. So
I mean,
prior to this,
it's
Matt was
not
saying that he was
perfect.
talking to support for the streaming. It looks pretty good to me. It's definitely not perfect, but I think it's fine.
It's not perfect, but it's. I mean, if you go to, I mean, you're not. Well, you're pretty perfect. Oh,
I
there
mean,
it
I
goes.
definitely perfect. Yeah, in terms of their resolution, you can probably look at my shirt. Anything with like
Yeah.
gradients of
Oh no, it's getting worse and worse.
yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to support for Riverside, which is who we're going through,
Right.
and I asked, so oh now I oh hold on, you're
It's not too
saying
bad on my
something.
end. It's like 93% on my end, which means that it hasn't completely uploaded.
So and I asked, well, so if I go to the YouTube interface and
Right.
I start a stream from there using the webcam,
Right.
it is amazing quality, like almost exactly what I would get just recording it locally.
Right.
And if I go through Riverside,
Mm-hmm.
it looks like garbage. The same web app, same everything. Same. Oh, sorry, web
Web
browser.
browser. Yep.
Everything's the same. It's just so bad in Riverside and so good using anything else. Which
I've got to listen. The reason I asked you to bring it up is because I have a lot of opinions here. The first is like, listen, you could have one camera for each platform with a separate microphone. I mean, that would certainly work. I'm sure you've seen those news reports with like six
sure,
microphones in front of
yeah,
people and a bunch of people in the audience. They may have two cameras or an iPhone and a
right.
camera and stuff like that. So there's certainly a naive response to this. The other that I got in terms of a theme is that there's always like the first party tooling and then there's the people who come in to sort of
Sure.
hit the multiple, like you want to hit YouTube and other places. So they're handling that concern, and it feels like there's a game of I don't know. It's like tit for tat almost. So the first party tool sucks, can't broadcast to multiple
Right.
places. So the third party tool comes out and then they
Right.
say, oh, you can hit multiple places, stream at once, put all the
Right.
chat together. It's going to be awesome. Then, of course, the first party tool gets better because they have competition. And until they have competition, they're not going to, like, listen, if
Yeah.
I'm on the team deciding
Yeah.
the features for the next quarter, like, I'm not going to pick the one that says better quality if no one's
Right.
complaining about it. There's zero reason
Right.
for it. But once it comes out, then, of course, you start planning and thinking, oh,
Mm-hmm.
we're losing users. That's not good. We got to
Mm-hmm.
force ads in front of people or whatever it is that we're
Right.
using to make money. And the question I guess I've got is on the Riverside end of things. Do we think comparing them to the first party tool is enough to light a fire under them to get something fixed other than saying, you know, StreamYard's pretty good? This is what I'm thinking. Like, what do you give to the the PM or like the person in charge of your features, basically your team
Right.
lead, that would actually make them think that they should fix it. And I don't know if talking about the first party app is the right way to do it, but obviously it's a
But
choice.
yeah, and it's probably I would like to go back to what we were initially thinking about. So like
The
a
Stream
year
Deck.
ago, 2 years ago, no, before that,
Oh,
um, because I bought the thing that will link your A10 Mini to mine.
sorry. A10 Mini is what I meant to say. Did I say
Yeah,
Stream Deck? I get those two
you did say
confused
Stream
all
Deck.
the time. My apologies. Yes, A10 Mini was
Um,
what I was thinking. Like,
yeah,
because Yeah, because linking them together would be like one stream, right? Yeah,
One stream coming
yeah.
from me, which is not.
Wait, don't you
I
have the
don't think
worst internet of the two of us? That
I
I
do,
shouldn't
but
say worse, but the less good.
what's that? What's that? Okay, come on, Jade. Okay. Yes, and I thought it was really bad, but then I saw the results using the YouTube interface, and I was like, okay,
Gotcha.
that is not the problem.
Gotcha. And honestly, most of the time when I stream to YouTube, it's through the PlayStation, which is sad, but like
Hmm.
it does its own thing, which is around
Mm-hmm.
1080, 720-ish, but it's pretty good, I think, because it has a delay. Like it's almost a
Right.
10-second, 15-second delay. So it's
Right.
buffering quite a bit the whole way through.
There is a and
Oh, is the
going
delay here too?
directly.
Okay.
So going directly to YouTube,
Yeah.
um, the delay is almost minimal,
Interesting.
and it's super high quality.
And now,
Going through Riverside
yeah,
is like 10 seconds added on,
right.
and it looks like garbage.
So if we were to go down, let's just for the sake of argument, because I guess I could have stuck in my craw. If we were to go down this sort of argument, the logical next progression for me, if I'm your supporter talking to you, it's like, why don't you just do that then?
Mhm.
So the question is, do you have more users on YouTube who watch your live than other platforms? Because if that's the case, then the answer is pretty straightforward. Like, do you have more people
Ah,
participating on
so
YouTube when you go live than other platforms when you go live?
yes, I mean because
That's what I thought.
this thing we're actually streaming on YouTube and LinkedIn and
Interesting.
Twitch and X.
Right.
There are 0 people watching on all 3 platforms and 7 on YouTube right now.
I mean, I do have a big
5.
family. I just want to make sure it's clear.
It was 7, and now there are 5.
Oh, two of them left. Sorry. I
Um,
realized what they're in for.
yeah,
I I do think though, if that's your primary audience, then yeah, you've got an argument, right? If YouTube is sort of the
yeah.
king and
But
your
then
first party
even
tool,
even if it were still um, better, or even if I had more people actually showing up on those other platforms, there's
oh,
we got hail,
hail. Oh no.
hail.
Oh no. This is the Pacific
Uh,
Northwest early winter, which
yeah,
happens from
yeah.
time to time. It does feel like this year we're getting started pretty quickly. So Scott's asking,
Um,
what's the name of your Twitch channel? Is it Technovangelist as well? I
it
thought
is
it was.
Technovangelist.
So it's twitch.tv slash
Are we
tech.
about to see one person
Yeah,
leave
it.
YouTube and join Twitch?
Please, Scott, we're relying on these numbers here. Our ad sales depend on them. So it should be twitch.tv slash techno no space evangelist.
Yes. The only place it's different on, well, no, on X, on all the places I'm
I
Technovangelist.
thought so. Yeah, you got that branding now, Pat.
Yeah,
Who else is going to take that amazing name?
yeah.
And techno
Who
has an
else is going
H.
to suffer through the pain of having a super long name everywhere?
The quality of my stream, at least on Twitch, looks way better. I just
Oh, yeah.
I'll type the message into the chat there because
Um,
I just
Twitch.com.
pulled it up. I got you. Watch this. Amazing.
Oh, it's twitch.tv, not .com. Slash.
TV might work.
Or
But
is
yeah,
it
stuff
same
like that.
thing?
Yeah, that comms should work. I don't know.
This is probably the first time I've opened up Twitch
Twitch. It's
in
been a minute. Yeah.
ages. Yeah, you look great, and I look super splotchy.
Yeah, it's because I did my hair right before the stream.
Hey, it looks like I'm the evangelist at Infra HQ. That shows how long it's been since I last came
Oh
to
man,
Twitch.
what does Infra do again? I'm just teasing. Sorry. Yeah, it's been a minute. I would stream Street Fighter on there and talk to people about DevOps
Yeah.
back in the day, which is I didn't mind doing it. The best thing for me is when people actually join the stream, like actually participate. And one time
Hmm.
somebody actually wanted to have a match, which was fantastic. So we both chatted and had a match, which was hilarious. But that was the shining, I guess, COVID memory for Twitch for me. But post, not that COVID's over, but like post everybody
Right.
being stuck in their homes and stuff like that. I guess I just don't use Twitch as much as usual. or as I did,
We
as
now
as
have
normal.
6 people on YouTube and 2 on Twitch.
We did mess it up. This is what
I
happens when you
get,
put link in the chat. They will follow it. Yes,
I have, I get $0 from Twitch, and I get zero
$0.0.
point zero one dollars from YouTube.
Yeah, in case you missed it, folks, we're here for the money. We're doing a little bit of
That's it. That's it.
fourth wall kind of stuff
I'm
here.
all for the 25 cents I make on each stream.
Since we're talking about ridiculousness, have you seen these brilliant glasses? Do you know what I'm talking about when I talk about
I
brilliant
don't.
glasses? Okay, so I'm
Do you want
unfortunately
to
still
share?
I do.
Are you
Yes,
able to?
it's I don't think I can share screen, but I can put a link in the chat here that you can click on. So Brilliant is the maker of some
You can't
AI.
share from your side?
I did. Oh, can I not share
I
from my
thought you.
desktop?
I think.
Well, well, let's see. Let's see. We might be able to. Let's try this out. It does look like I can. Oh, here we go. Let's see if I can pick a whole screen. It's gonna be nasty because it's a video, but does this actually
Hmm.
work? Are you able to see this?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so I won't
What's
play this.
special about these?
Well, I think they're
Oh, I
ugly.
see.
I think they're atrocious. I would start there. Is that I like legit don't like the look of these glasses at all.
Is that the only style you get?
Mm-hmm. Um,
And
and I
they're not bad.
guess, yeah, not too bad. I guess what I saw was the Tech Link, so the Linus Tech Tips kind of review of these,
Mm-hmm.
and specifically, it looked pretty bad. They were also, I'm pretty sure, prototypes because the lenses weren't solid like this. There was like a break
Hmm.
in the lens. Yeah, they didn't look like this at all. The
Hmm.
the thing that's kind of
I mean,
interesting is that it's a
how much are these things?
yeah. Let's find out because that's a good question. Without web services, it seemed like they weren't. Oh, these renders aren't great. Oof. Uh, it seemed like they were just using third-party services like Anthropic
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
OpenAI. So I'm not sure if there's a subscription service. Order now, $3.49. Okay,
Okay.
over a month.
How long? How long does the battery last?
Uh, it's a good question. I mean,
I don't see a cable going down to your back pocket. Oh,
okay.
geez, is that the cable?
Thank you.
You get to
Thank you.
look
That
like
is the right response.
you can now be a real life Mr. Potato Head.
So it's kind of like AirPods in that I think they last like I don't know, let's say 2 hours, 3 hours kind of thing, and then you can add this little charging thing and get a few more charges out of it, sort of thing. So you
You
bring it
stick it
with
up
you.
your nose.
Yeah. The other thing it doesn't really show it, but there's like they call them pince nez in French, but it's like a thing that squeezes your nose to make sure they're comfy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but that goes in the way of those, so you have to take it off and put it back on, which makes it
I
look
think
kind of hokey.
it would be pretty cool if it was like wireless charging and you had to shove the charging thing in your nose to charge, and I think they might lose some
Oh,
customers that
it
way,
it
but
seems like a really cool idea, and the fact that it plugs into AI services, I think, is pretty
hmm
smart. So let's assume you're hosting your own, it's uncensored or
yep.
whatever. You can do that, and it's multimodal, so the glasses can see things, which is
hmm
cool. It has like translation. Yeah, you can see it's got audio and stuff like that.
So
Yeah, fully open source.
where's
And it doesn't generate
wh-
those images in the glasses, if I understand properly, or maybe that's a prototype. It generates on the phone right now. But there you go. This is,
where's so it's displaying them. I mean, it looks like it's in front of you, but what's it
yeah,
actually displaying it on?
your phone. Your phone. I think maybe they think
What?
eventually they'll be able to display it in front of you, but right now, when you generate images, it looks like it comes up on the phone. And again, this seemed to
So
be a
there's
review
nothing that's
step
in
one.
the glass.
A lot of it is in the glass. The screen is way smaller than what they're showing, like 4 times smaller in the prototype. It's tiny, quite small. And instead of it embedding into the glasses, they essentially had like it cut out and then sort of glued in the middle with like just air on the side. So it's early. So I don't want to poop all over
It
this. This is
sounds
it's
like it's
brand
like
new.
one of the. It's like you know how you get you get a microscope and you get slides and there's that cover slot thing that goes on top. It's almost
Oh.
like that kind of thing stuck on there. and
That
that's
might
the
be
screen.
better. That might be better. What it is right now is the top and bottom of like a glass, and then it's cut out, and then there's like a screen shoved in there, like a tiny little transparent screen, which you can see through, but apparently it's not that great yet. It's
Yeah.
very early, which
So we're gonna have a whole bunch of people looking at you, going, "I
yeah.
need to get past the screen, so I need to look at you."
Sorry, there's a pop-up ad. And I guess that's the whole point is that it's open source, so it won't get into any of these kind of vendor locking, that
Mm,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
I got
Sure.
somebody from Australia. Hey, programming, how's it going? Uh,
Hello.
so we're discussing the Brilliant Labs frame. Um, yeah, I think you just call it frame, not the frame. It's kind of like a proper noun, which is also a whole branding thing. I guess there's
Well,
former
then
Apple
the
engineers
frame
on this team.
is the TV, right?
Yeah, it's just frame. No, the
Right. No, the
frame is the AI glasses, not frame R. Frame is. I feel like we're getting into the spot now where wearables are maybe becoming useful. I'm not sure if
hmm
glasses are like Intel had a whole startup that a friend of mine worked for that was pretty cool when it came to like vision and things like that, heads up
hmm
display, that kind of stuff. And Gen AI may be handy for this. I'm not sure if it's handy
hmm
for everything. And this is definitely what we're using to push
Yeah.
for these products. But even those Ray-Ban snap glasses, there are some situations where I'm thinking,
Yeah.
these aren't too bad. If I just want to take
hmm
videos of my dog while we're on a
Yeah.
walk and it did something cool and it's already on my face.
Yeah. And it
eh,
just happens to always be looking where you're looking. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that's
I'm
pretty
coming around.
magical.
Once I saw these, I was like, this is awful. But also, maybe those Ray-Bans aren't too bad. As we
I
get
mean,
sillier and sillier devices.
I feel like yeah, something with that display that will like when walking up to a person remind me what that person's name is because I'm not nobody ever remembers
Yeah, when's
their
Matt's birthday?
that I mean that's
I can
yeah.
never.
Is there a birthday coming up or is there there I think there's some sort of offspring that they have that I should pretend I care about.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I
Um
want on my wearable is like, don't make me think.
don't make me look stupid. I mean make
Yes.
me look smart. Make
Yes.
me look like I care and I really listened the last time we
Without being
talked.
like creepy Black Mirror kind of, like don't rewind through every interaction Matt and I have ever had in order to find the time he tells me his birthday. Just give me the birthday.
Um, oh, that's interesting. Your child is wearing a different color T-shirt than last time,
I
and
saw
different
him at the
color
park while you
shoes,
weren't
and
here. Like, yeah,
it's like,
don't tell
well, you know a little too
me
much
way too
about
much
my
about my
child.
child. Exactly.
Yes,
Agreed. So there's like
yeah.
some
Just
stuff that
knowing,
you
isn't
should
there a
have paid
birthday
attention to.
coming up?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And some of it's like maybe I should have paid attention to this, and I
Mm-hmm.
probably did at the time, and maybe I
Yeah.
needed to mark it or something so I could get back to it
Yeah. Yeah.
later to realize that it's a salient fact. But yes, the line between creepy and not, I think, is what we're
Yeah.
working on. The utility is getting there.
Yeah. I mean, I still, for me, the kind of the killer app for I don't actually all this AI stuff
Mhm.
on the glasses. I mean, if it can tell me that kind of stuff, I'm excited
Right,
potentially, as long as there's not a subscription and it's not crazy expensive,
right.
which where do they make their money then?
It looks like
But
it's bring your own because I didn't see anything about a subscription service in there, which is
okay,
good and bad.
yeah. Um, but the other one is just give me a big screen.
Right.
Give me a big screen to attach to my iPad or to my computer, and so I can actually use a computer on the airline seat or in sitting down there or anywhere that's
Right.
cramped, where you can't open it beyond like that much. Those are the two scenarios, and I don't know if they need to be the same device. I mean, of course there's the Apple thing, which probably sort of is the same device, except nobody's gonna want to wear that thing
The Vision Pro.
walking around. Yeah, I mean, you
Yeah,
see
like
a
the
lot of goofy like videos of somebody trying to live life with this monstrosity on their head.
But I can see the benefit of Vision Pro. For like,
hmm
listen, we're both
hmm
able-bodied individuals.
Yep.
I can
Yep.
understand a situation where this is a fantastic device. That's
hmm
mind you, that's a small percentage of the the world's population.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
if we're getting into something where most people can use them, like if that is, I guess if the impetus is that everyone else has one, so I want one too. I can't see the Vision Pro being that thing. It's just it's not there yet, and I can see something like these glasses being that thing. With the
Yeah.
current utility, definitely not. But yeah, I can see it
Yeah.
getting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting to me.
I I feel like I've seen just like in the last year. I think they came out a little bit before the Apple Vision,
Hmm.
but I've only seen them since Apple Vision as other pairs of glasses that just try to do the large screen as a external monitor for
Right,
games or for whatever.
right.
And those seem interesting. But
Agreed.
I think some of the reviews have been somewhat negative because they don't have that AI integration.
Hmm. All I
It's
wanted
like,
of this, really, like I kind of have the voice assistants already. Like I used to have
hmm,
three, so I used to have
yeah,
four, I guess. I had the Samsung Bixby, which wasn't
hmm,
great. I'm so sorry. The Alexa,
hmm,
Google, I still have, and I guess I had Siri on my phone, which I still
yeah,
have. They all are terrible at just like
yeah,
look up a fact on the internet
yeah,
for me and tell me the fact. Don't read the
right,
entire page. Please don't
right,
send something to my phone. Like
right,
none of this. Amazon at one point in time would pop stuff up in the Alexa app, I think, which I
hmm,
never had installed, so it was
yeah,
pointless to me. That app was awful. And then after a while, they all started suggesting things. They're like, "Hey, would you like to buy this or something like that?"
right. Yeah, oh God, yeah,
Siri hasn't, but I'm kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Siri is
yeah,
somewhat useful, but still cannot do a web search. It's like here are the
mm,
results I found for you on the web
yeah,
search. This does not help me at all. Just
yeah,
tell me the thing.
yeah. I mean,
Siri's not
even
asking much.
sometimes I even just want Siri, what is the weather? Because my hands are full,
Exactly.
and my phone is either in my pocket or on the counter, and I was like,
Yes.
I'm just putting on my shoes. What is the temperature outside so
Yeah.
I
Do I
can
need a
know,
jacket or
do I
not?
need a jacket or not? And it says, here's what I found, and I have to pick up the phone to read it to find the weather that I could have read if I just open up Carrot or whatever weather app.
I
It's
think
like,
Alexa's
this saved me enough.
surprisingly good at this and will give you
Oh
forecasts
yeah,
down to the minutes, which is
yep,
great, but that's the
yep.
only thing I could use it for. And as soon as I did, it was like, would you like to buy an umbrella? I found one on Amazon for $3,000. Like, no. I was like, oh, one of your batteries dead. Would you like to buy a 240-volt battery? It's like, for $1,000? No.
No,
Is that the
no,
same battery that I need? No. Okay. No.
yeah,
Just, it's not
and
useless. It's like unhelpful, like actively
yeah.
unhelpful.
And I mean, the only thing that I mean, we have the studio Echo Studio, I think it is, the
Right.
one with the bigger speaker,
Yeah,
and
we did
I mean,
too.
it sounds pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
And really, most of what happens on there is my daughter plays Peanut Butter Jelly Time,
Okay.
or she plays
Shark
soundtrack to
Dance.
whatever.
What's it
No,
called?
no, not that we banned that. Um, Baby Shark, no, no, no,
Baby
no.
Shark. Thank you.
Um, uh, uh, um, Elaine, I don't know, various shows, TV shows that she's following. And then we use it just to set the timer for oatmeal,
Right.
a 5 minute timer,
Right.
and or for whatever else is being cooked. And we have trained ourselves never to ask, what are my timers?
Yes.
Because that resets the timer.
Which we've discussed a few
We've
times.
discussed. List my timers is the right phrase.
Oh, this is actually pretty handy. I'm not sure if I recall that from the last times,
Yeah,
but
list
I
my
do.
timers.
I will often set an alarm as a timer, a timer as an alarm. The funny thing with Google, at least, is if you ask it about the alarm, it will tell you about your timer, which is
Yeah,
pretty smart because that's actually what I want. Don't correct me about the word that I use for the time limit that I set.
right.
Just tell me what I want to know. I do feel like there's a missed opportunity there to use some of their models internally to make those devices that they've
Hmm.
already sold better, but it looks like what we're going to get are new devices, not the same one. And in fact, there's
Yeah.
like I don't know if they're laying off people from these teams or if it's just part of normal layoffs, but like I think it's affected all four of these teams. So that's Bixby, Siri,
Yeah.
Alexa, and Google at this point in time in terms of the Google Home, I
Right.
guess, ecosystem. And again, as a Nest user, like that doesn't make me happy
Yeah.
either. I just hope that this isn't one of those things that's killed by Google because I do find it handy. It could be so much better, but it does feel like it's the closest right now.
Yeah.
Alexa's got better weather somehow. Google seems to be better overall, but I still just want to be able to search the web and give me an answer. Like one
Yeah.
of the brilliant examples, and the reason I'm on this rant is because it took a photo or recognized something from a video, was able to look up something from a video
Mm.
feed and tell you the nutritional content of what's in there. And the demo did not work at all, like at all, at all, at all. And it's kind of like general OpenAI issues. In fact, like
Right.
you ask it one question and it's got that question stuck in its mind, and you keep
Right.
asking it other questions and it's answering something from the first one. There's no way to reset it
Yeah.
because you're in the glasses and
Yeah.
there's nothing really to do. But yeah, that's this is where we are. It can only get
Yeah.
better than this because right now it
Yep.
doesn't work. The only other thing I
Yeah.
had for you was I watched this TV show called Sugar, which you recommended to me. Boy,
Uh,
was I not
uh,
happy.
I think I was recommending the first few episodes, and then something happens because
Oh,
the first six or so episodes were pretty interesting, right?
yeah,
It had a kind of a cool feel to it, and
yeah,
then something happens that's like
yeah.
completely out of left field. It's like, what?
I honestly thought our benevolent character was addicted to heroin. Are we able to spoil this
I
show?
I don't know. I mean, are is
It's
for
listen.
the
Season one is over. Season one is not there, right?
yeah
I can only assume what season one's going to be, but by the end of season one, we learn that the main character may not be from this world, or
yeah
maybe 3 episodes prior to the ending of the
yeah
season, we
yeah.
start to suspect, and then confirm by like
Well, it's like
episode
it
before,
was
and then the
like
last one is like,
yeah, it's like something weird is going on, but we're not really sure. And then all of a sudden, what?
oh, what? And it's not that I don't like superhero shows, it's that generally when they're like all seeing, all knowing, all
Right,
powerful, it's just less
right,
interesting to me.
right.
And maybe that's why they left it until the end of the season
Yeah,
to do it. Because it actually was so the show's about somebody who's trying to help people and do the right thing
right.
most of the time. There's some stuff that happens, et cetera, et cetera. But I thought it was pretty compelling. The acting was
Yeah,
good. I
yeah,
thought the main character was quite good at what
yeah.
they're doing. But yeah, not
But yeah, we're like, oh,
he's not at all interested. Did it? Is it like Is it actually one of these DC comic characters?
oh, is it?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I haven't looked it up. So 5 episodes. Is it really only 5 episodes?
Is it only five? No, it's got to be more than that. I feel like it was like episode six or so that was like the
Yeah,
shocker.
interesting. Yeah, I'm still looking through just to see if there's anything. No, there's nothing in here about like DC Universe or anything like that. And you don't really
Yeah,
see it at the front.
yeah.
I did watch this TV show on Prime that was like a sci-fi kind of superhero show that was in black and white for a bunch, and it felt like it was in
Hmm.
a '50s series for a while. And at the very end of that, it became color, or it
Oh
just
yeah.
like completely changed things, and it was like it was okay. But it was about this witch who had put a spell over some. I
Hmm.
don't know. The audience are probably
Well,
laughing at me now, but it's like that long burying of the lead. I guess was
right.
interesting to me.
The other, I mean, the great movie that starts out black and white and gradually becomes color
Wizard of
is
Oz.
what Pleasantville.
Ah,
Did you ever see that?
I had not. Was
That
that during the Technicolor kind of? Is that why they were doing that?
well, yeah. I mean, so the idea is that it's Toby. Oh, he's been like Spider-Man. He was
Tobey
uh
Maguire.
Toby Maguire and is it Reese Witherspoon, I think.
Okay, I was thinking about WandaVision, which came up as
Oh
soon as
no,
I
no,
typed
no.
in Pleasantville,
Yeah.
because yes, I guess they do have similar themes.
So the two of them are fighting over the remote control at some point, and they have this other remote control that all of a sudden they hit the button and they are thrown back into the 50s,
That's kind of cool.
and everything is in black and white, and then they gradually introduce certain concepts that are not seen in 50s TV shows,
Interesting.
and the world starts seeing color.
Ah, see, that's kind of compelling, at least. Eh? Yeah, it's like
It's all about sex.
fair enough, but it's like
Yeah.
a device to get
Yes.
you into the show.
It's a great. I really enjoyed it. It's got a decent cast.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think what ticked me off about Sugar is that by the end of it, I didn't want to watch it and felt like I wasted my time. Because
I was like,
I
I need
like
to
the
see
film
what.
noir kind of like aspect and
Yes.
helping people. I was like, oh, there's a good twist on
Yeah.
a genre
Yeah.
that I like. And
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry, aliens. Moving on.
Yeah. It
I might as well
was.
go
It
see
was.
Morbius. Let's go.
I was eager for you to see it because it is so strange and unexpected. It's like what?
It was so well
Um,
shot, and the
and
acting
it
was
was
so good. Yeah.
yes, and I don't think I would have made a big deal about it had you actually just seen it when I originally said. But then we had to kind of continue this
This whole
idea that
charade.
it's yeah, it's all your fault.
That's fair, as are many other things. So don't worry about it. I'm learning. The thing I liked about the show though is that it generally did approach a topic that was in a novel way for me. At
Yep.
least talking about film noir and some of the
Yep.
characters passed away, and there was some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably will watch at least episode 1 of season 2, if not 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Because it felt kind of like I still haven't watched Lost, but I kind of felt like the feeling I heard
Yeah.
from people who watched the ending of Lost, who just got really aggro and angry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Well, you had some other topics that you.
I believe that is it. I've got to check
Yeah,
out that I don't want to spoil.
well, you mentioned the Telegram stuff.
Oh no, this is more of a question for you. Now, how much of this story have you followed? Have you used Telegram before?
I've never used it.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to tell you what I use Telegram
Telegram,
for?
WhatsApp, Signal. I've not used any of those things.
Okay, so I'll come clean. During COVID, there was a lot of Web3, crypto, we'll
Hmm.
say, we'll call them startups to be charitable.
Right.
Became very popular
Mhm.
and went away. During this time, there didn't seem to be a lot of regulation around
Right.
crypto. And what I was really interested in, and I honestly didn't participate, is pump and dumps. So, where people will say that the
Ah.
next crypto thing's going to hit big and
Right.
stuff like that. And what I found out through Discord, funnily enough, is that there are Telegram channels where people will organize these. And I was very interested to
Oh.
see, like, because I'm sure there was a trend, and in fact there was, a trend of like what a typical, I think it's called a rug pull, would be like when they were trying to get other underlings to invest in, and then they would pull before they did, so they got their profit first. And it always would dip first, and it was very rarely would work out, but it's kind of like watching a
Right.
drama. This is what I know Telegram for. It's for running
Right.
dubious bots, let's say,
Right.
to be nice.
Right.
I'm sure people use this for messaging, and at one point in time
Yeah.
I did because it runs on everything. It's even got a CLI, which is great. So you can run it on Mac, Windows, Linux, CLI. You can run it on your phone, Android, iOS, doesn't matter. Awesome. It looks like, my understanding is the French government arrested Durov, who is Pavel Durov, who is their founder,
Yep.
because they wanted to be able to figure out who's talking to whom. So I'm gonna go out on a limb here a
I don't know if
little bit
it's
in terms of encryption, but
it's
that's
also.
yep.
I mean, there's other things there too. I think there's the fact that people can use the platform to spread stuff that may be illegal within a country.
All types of stuff. Yeah. Now
Yeah. And the
they
and the platform is saying, well,
mhm,
how people use our stuff is not in our control, so therefore we should not be blamed.
right. So they're
But
saying that crime
there
has
have been other
occurred.
platforms that
Right.
also didn't do anything, but they
Right.
use their platform, and that platform doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Now I think what maybe threw a bit of a monkey wrench into this and made it political was today Putin told the media that the charges are very serious and they require evidence, and has come out basically saying that France may have arrested this person. He says, if Macron says that the French prime minister said, sorry, the French president, I'm terrible at news reporting, said that in no way was this a political
This French
decision.
dude said to this Russian dude,
Right? Yeah, and then of course Putin clapped back and said this.
yeah,
Seems to be pretty political. I think what you're saying is maybe the brass tacks version is that there were crimes that they wanted to investigate. They couldn't because there was no
right,
way to at least figure out where a conversation started and ended, which is I think all
right.
they really wanted. But as a result,
And
they brought it up.
and I guess because of the platform, my understanding is that, if something is encrypted, the key may actually exist in a different country or different. It's a distributed infrastructure, and
Yes.
so there's no one jurisdiction to serve with a warrant. You have to go to potentially a lot of places.
You got it. Yeah. And honestly, the crimes that they're saying happened are pretty serious. So I'll say one
Yeah,
in terms of an acronym because we're on YouTube, but CSAM is one of them, which is pretty serious. The other is drug trafficking, fraud, money laundering, abetting criminal transactions, and refusing to cooperate with law enforcement.
yeah,
I think the last one is specifically has been quoted quite a few times, but it's like, hey,
right.
we need you to unencrypt this, and then Telegram's like,
I
hey,
mean,
but we
it
we physically can't though. Like,
it sounds similar to what it wasn't this the problem with what was it, Silk
Signal.
Road?
Oh, Silk Road. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. On top of Tor, right? Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. And it does feel very similar in terms of the way that this is coming down. It's like
yeah,
you built this network in a way that we can't
right,
get access to it. We found that there's crime. Now you want
right,
access to it. And you can't help
right.
us, so we're not happy. Eh,
Now it's also interesting that the mentioned Russian dude says you need evidence when he's had a few trials where there wasn't any.
Listen,
Just interesting.
as
Oh,
little as
now
I
you
know
want
about American
evidence.
politics, I know even less about European politics.
Yeah, yeah,
It does feel interesting to publicly decry this, though.
yeah,
That seemed political to me, like
yeah,
in terms of a political move, I would say.
yeah,
What France did seems reasonable, honestly,
yeah,
and perhaps they'll release this person and later on
yeah.
decide that they need to shutter their operations in France. I don't know,
Right.
but yeah, not great.
Which is that even possible?
Uh, yeah, so
Yeah.
in yet other news about people we love, I think Elon Musk is trying to pull his app from Brazil,
Oh yeah.
due to some yes, X has closed offices in Brazil because a judge there had said that they
Oh,
wanted
that's
to
right.
block certain accounts, et cetera,
Because
et cetera, et cetera.
whether was it Maduro? Is it that and he was elected or somebody was elected, and it was
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
the other they don't agree on who actually won. The guy
Oh,
who basically owns the Supreme Court says he won, and the Supreme Court said yes, he won. But
okay.
there's this other guy, and whoever is not in power, I think, or the one who was probably the actual winner. There was stuff posted on Twitter that I think, showed
Gotcha.
one way or the other that somebody won, and the other side didn't like it, and so yeah, it's
Fair enough. So the
so they
question,
want to know who posted. I think maybe.
yeah, well, apparently what's happened is that in Brazil things are a little bit different for the App Store. So it's like the first thing I would think of, having watched this news, like the first thing I would think, like I can install a VPN, and I can
Yeah.
still run if it's Twitter or Telegram or what have you. Like
Right.
but I don't know, the sysadmin brain in me or the DevOps brain in me is like, yeah, this is a technological problem that we can work around with tech.
Right.
Apparently, what's happening though in Brazil is you can't necessarily download VPN tools any longer on the App Store. So it looks
Hmm.
like you can, but when you hit it, it just circles and doesn't do anything. So when
Oh.
you go to hit download, it just spins and goes away. I'm not sure if you've seen that before. Sometimes it happens with like older apps, that kind of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
apparently, that's the issue, and it's still
Okay.
alive in Twitter. The concern is that if it's pulled, since they don't have access to or don't seem to have access without
Right.
sideloading to VPN apps, the majority of people won't be able to use it.
Right.
Which is, yeah, this is the whole thing.
Yeah.
I didn't realize about the political struggle there, which
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense. Again, this is me not watching news about politics in my own country, let alone the one beneath me or
Yeah.
elsewhere,
Yeah.
as the
And
case
when
may be.
there like unrelated to that, wasn't
Yep.
there just recently a plane crash in Brazil?
Oh, that I did not know about.
I mean, I don't think this is at all related.
It does look like it. Oh
Yeah.
no, 62 people passed away. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is news from 2 weeks ago. Shoot. Oh, that's awful.
Well, then there was the Lynch, I guess is his last name, I think, who was on a boat in the Mediterranean, and a typhoon. I mean, it's like got a super fancy yacht, and typhoon hits it, and it sinks with all the people on board, and they. Um, so that happened, but apparently that guy was
Wow.
being in a court case, U.S. government against him about something, and he
Interesting.
he was found not guilty, but then he's found at the bottom of the sea, and so is his lawyer. Well, his lawyer, in a separate incident a week before, was hit by a car. Now, you could easily read something into it, or it could be coincidence. Who knows?
I think the thing that's interesting to me here is that it's like a water spout or like a sea,
Yeah,
yeah, a sea tornado hit. Oh, that a super shot. This is really unfortunate, but yeah,
yeah.
I see what you're saying. That it's definitely odd coincidence.
Odd coincidence. Um, I
Wow.
think it's more likely that it is an odd coincidence rather than some government out to get them. I don't know. Or
Very
maybe there was somebody else who was disgruntled.
Yeah, UK tech magnate Mike Lynch.
Yeah.
Right.
And there were a bunch of other people on the boat.
Right.
Like,
I mean, it was a super yacht. Yeah. So
yeah, like
people with money and
I
power.
think well-known people who were on the boat as
Yeah,
well.
you and I might be able to afford a yacht, but a super yacht's something else. I mean, you
Yeah.
could afford a yacht.
Yeah.
I can afford a Zodiac. I think we've discussed before. Maybe the motor, but with oars is
I'm
how
a
I'll start.
little earlier at Datadog, but not even at that level.
Yeah,
The two
can't.
founders, sure, they can
Maybe,
buy that,
maybe
but
yeah. Super yachts are like this is why Oracle is very litigious for how they're trying
mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
expand the super yacht fleet.
Yeah.
Uh, Other than this, the only other thing I wanted to recommend is Sunny, which is going to be a tough recommendation for those of you who don't like Japanese because the show is bilingual entirely.
Mm.
And it goes back and forth pretty quickly in a way where I found myself reading subtitles for English because it's like, one of those
Mm.
ones that goes back and forth really, really
Right.
quickly. And I ended up watching them in English. It similarly has a point in the story where you learn things about the characters. They're not
Mm.
aliens, let me tell you. Spoiler alert. Uh, and it's got Rashida Jones, who I think was in
Yeah.
Community and possibly no, sorry, not Community. Oh shoot, the one with Leslie Knope.
Right.
Uh, Parks and Recreation. Yeah, Parks and Recreation. I think she's a pretty good actress. I thought she was quite good
Yep.
in this.
Quincy Jones' daughter.
Yes, yes, exactly. And it's primarily centered around her. So if you like her, you'll like the show. If you don't, you may not like the show. Um, and it's about a robot assistant called Sunny. And I guess for those of you watching who are interested in robotics, I think this is possibly one of the worst televised robots I've ever seen. In particular, because the tech around the display is low refresh rate, but
Mm.
they try to animate it to do like a twitching eye kind of thing, but the refresh rate's so bad that it doesn't like line up with the refresh rate of the screen, so you don't get all of the animation. So the animation looks really bad, and it's most of the head. If you look up Sunny, you'll see the head
How do
of
you
this
spell
robot.
Sunny?
Sunny.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess they don't really have pictures of it in the cover. Oh yeah, they do for a few of them. So that face is animated very badly.
Hmm.
There's also portions where Sunny, the robot with only wheels, gets in bed with our main character somehow. Just
Hmm.
imagine they're like spooning because that their husband has passed away and they need comfortness in the bed or what have you, like Big Spoon kind of thing. Does not make sense at all that this robot could get into
Hmm.
bed with them. Anyway, the show's pretty good. The robot is incredibly frustrating.
Hmm.
But definitely worth watching to see how robots can be badly presented in movies, I think.
Apparently, it's based on a book,
Oh, I did not know that.
The
Oh,
Dark Manual by Irish writer Colin O'Sullivan.
interesting. I wonder if that book is good. Maybe I should read the book.
Yeah.
Maybe. In the Dark Manual is kind of something in the show. Actually, it's the most interesting
Oh
part of
yeah.
the show. The show centers around, of course, their 3D tech or their whatever they're doing for rendering of this
Right.
robot. But like honestly, it'd be better if they didn't concentrate on the robot. It's way
Mm-hmm.
more interesting when they don't. And in fact, the robot kind of takes me out of the story. You know when something does that, like a plot device. It's like what? Like you're an alien? Sorry, this is a really good show. Can we get back to the show? Why is this robot here?
Yeah.
It does have like that plot device. It's a little bit annoying, but otherwise, I think it's pretty good. And perhaps this is a glowing recommendation for the book. So maybe that's what I'll do next is read the book.
Right. Oh, I knew there was a sneeze coming because all of a sudden your AC went quiet.
Yeah, it's not even the AC. It's just like the room noise here is just
Oh, okay.
loud. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
my apologies. Yeah, no complaints about voices this week, which is good. So hopefully our levels are okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder though, Matt, are there any other recommendations you have that don't involve aliens?
There
Is
are.
this a tough one?
So there's an interesting uh specific video by Johnny Harris just in the
Okay.
last couple days about the apparently it's a two-part series um about the Mormon Church and kind of origins of the
Ooh.
Mormon Church and Utah and all that. So I just
Is
started
this
watching it.
a
It's pretty good.
VPN mentor? This person?
Hmm? Guy who used to
His
work at
used to be VPN mentor. It is their usernames
Oh yeah?
now Johnny Harris. Yes.
Okay. Used to work at Vox.
Oh, gotcha.
Um and but yeah,
So the wild story about Utah. Having been to Utah, this is of interest to me for sure.
yeah.
Utah,
I've
like,
been to when did you go to Utah?
I think I've been twice.
Okay.
2018, 2019, maybe
Okay.
2017, 2019.
I haven't been in
Generally,
probably
trips from
20
Vegas.
years,
Okay.
30 years.
It's close enough to Vegas that you can get there in a day and back if you really hoof it when you're
Uh-huh.
driving. Yeah, which is what we ended up doing twice.
And then a channel that is Ray William Johnson.
RWJ, that's a blast from the past.
I, I
Yeah,
mean
yeah, yeah.
the
I know Ray William Johnson, of course.
they're all like
Can I start by
4 minute,
oldest?
5 minute videos. They're about somebody, somebody getting killed or thrown in jail or
Yeah,
something,
yeah. So I'm
and
gonna pop the
everything
links in
is
the
like
chat, but you got to sort by oldest.
everything is no, I mean even the latest stuff is great. And it's always like this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened, this happened, and then or until and something really weird is gonna happen. Amazing.
You got
I
to go back
loved
and,
all of
and,
them.
and look at these. Like this is amazing. So like Ray had the same background for the longest time. I'm trying to figure out because I had watched this person about 15 years ago. This is sort
Oh
of
yeah?
beginning of YouTube personality. I'm trying to figure out when he got rid of his background. Oh, 10 years ago? Oh, wait. Did somebody else take over his channel?
Oh no, I mean this looks like the 2009 or something.
Someone bought his
Um,
channel.
well, it
This
looks
is
like the same person
Oh, did he like farm it out to
from.
somebody else and come back? Yeah, it looks like he came back after a while.
Okay,
Took a year break. Oh, hired some people. Okay, there's multiple people in here. Very interesting. Now, what I'd like to know, Matt, is the history of this channel.
yeah,
Please watch all of the shows. All right, he joined equals 3. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Okay, so some of these are from another channel that maybe he's taken over and
okay.
brought back in. Okay. Okay, and then a ton of
It
shorts.
it's. I've only watched all the recent ones, just in the last year or two
Yeah, well,
years.
he took a
I
break for
haven't
a
watched
bit.
anything old.
Yeah, so 4
Um,
years ago he took a break.
okay,
Okay. Wow.
they're hilarious.
I watched up
They're
until he
just
got rid of the
amazing.
comic book background, and then yeah.
Okay,
Not that I like the comic book or anything like that, but he said he was taking a break, so I think I checked out, and that looks
yeah,
like yeah, a lot of stuff happened. This is cool. I
yeah.
should follow again. Ray William Johnson, I think, is famous for one meme. I will try to follow. What is the meme he's known for? 10 million subscribers in 2013. That's pretty good. From Oklahoma. Wow. I can't find the meme that he's known for.
Yeah.
He's my age though. Yeah, definitely
But
recommend.
then I got a physical thing.
Oh,
I don't know if I showed this before.
I don't know what is
I
it.
think I might have mentioned it.
What is that? Your video is so blurry. It looks like what are those things that you play with? Like there's a string and you put this like two
Oh
triangle
yeah, yeah,
things.
yeah. No, yeah, no. This is
What is
a
this?
hourglass.
Oh, okay. Yes, does not look like an hourglass.
except
Is it digital? Of course.
so there's no buttons. There's a button on it to turn it on.
Folks, did you know what your clock needs? More tech. That's kind of neat, though.
So there's no buttons. There's
Okay.
just one button to turn it on, and so I just turned
There's
it
no
on.
buttons
So
except for the one to turn it on. Okay.
just to turn it on, and it's you can't see it, but it's blue right now. It's all it's and then
Oh, interesting.
so it's not it. There's no like rotation thing or anything.
Right.
It's just
Just
sensing that
noticing.
it's being rotated, and so now it's 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes up to here, and now it's there's a green and then a blue line, and you can increase it.
Okay.
Now it's 20 minutes.
I was thinking like over the hourglass. What does this do? You can see it in the dark. Step one. The other is you can
There's
add or remove sand from it, so you can like set a
yes.
timer for different amounts of time.
So there we've got 4 minutes, and so
And it's
now it's timing, and it there was a little ping, and then at the end it goes ping. It's kind of soft, but it's just enough, and it's cute.
Now listen, I don't want to take the wind out of your sails, but were we not just talking about you using voice assistants for timers? What?
I was. I don't have any of them in this room.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
And
That's
so
much better.
this just stays on the desk. I flip it over.
Was it
I
cheaper
do,
than a voice
20 minutes.
assistant?
Oh no.
Is this a $500
If-
egg timer?
No, it's not that bad.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess you can start with Echo at higher prices, but I think your Echo starts at like $29
Yeah,
for the dot.
like 35 Canadian at least is
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
So this is definitely not. This is. It's all. Yeah, it is not. I
definitely a
cannot
novelty.
really. I cannot really justify.
Now, there are games that I used to play that had timers in them. I'm trying to think of the ones. Was it like
I
Scrabble?
mean, Scrabble.
Yeah, is Scrabble? Scrabble comes
Yeah.
to mind, right? You
Yeah.
set it for the time? Yeah. So I guess
Yeah.
the question is, like, can you set it to the Scrabble time? Maybe it's the
Sure.
Scrabble time.
You can set it
Okay.
to whatever time you want,
Okay.
and you just turn it, and you've set that timer,
Well,
and then you
whatever
flip it
time you
over.
want,
You
as long
flip
as
it
it's
over again,
less than 10 minutes, though, right?
up to 99 minutes.
Okay, that's pretty good. So you could, I mean, that could be a series of 10 eggs that you're
Yeah.
putting into boiling
Actually,
water and taking out.
it might be more like 10 hours, because I think there's three. There's minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then there might be something beyond that.
Okay.
Um,
Because yeah, the
And-
biggest problem with an hourglass is that you can't set the time on it.
right.
You have to do it multiple times.
So I saw it on a video, somebody else's video.
It looks like an
it's like-
Instagram ad.
They did a like a desk tour, and this was like in the corner. He just flipped it over one time, and then like
And
the
Matt's like, I
comments
gotta
were
have
like,
it.
the comments were like, "What is this timer? What
course.
is this timer?"
Of course.
It might have been like Sydney Jungzen or something. He does camera videos, or somebody else pretty recently. And it says, "I love this timer," and then sets it aside without saying anything about it. And so I just did. I saw a frame where he like holds it up. I did a Google image search, and it came up right away. It was a focus timer. I think
Sydney
focus
Diongzong?
time. Yeah, him.
I can see you loving this channel. So for the for the readers, I'm looking through this channel and it's all this person reviewing tech gear. So like definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
way
like
up your
all
alley.
all the good stuff in the world.
And not too many
Um,
videos, honestly, in terms of like they don't review everything, which is nice. Yeah,
No,
24 videos. Yeah, that's a respect.
24 videos? No,
Mhm.
it's got a lot more than that, right?
Oh, really? No. Oh, these are just the tech ones. My apologies.
Okay. But anyway, I think it was him. It might have been somebody else, but just talking about a desk tour, and I saw it. I figured out what it was, and yeah, I bought it within 5 minutes, and it's
My super
$99.
productive
It's a
desk setup.
$99. Oh, is that okay? So it was that guy.
Yeah, just looking curious so I can see it. It's a pretty good desk setup. Like I like these
I mean,
settings.
I wouldn't say it was a great desk setup. I just like the timer.
I can appreciate some of the things here. So, like, again, sorry, chat. I could share my screen, but it didn't look that good. The main thing for me is that they're talking about verticality in their desk. So they've got like different
Mm,
layers, which is cool, which I definitely don't have. So I could certainly learn from this person, especially like under the desk there are things, and on top of the desk there
hmm
are multiple layers below the screen. All right, I'll give it a watch. I'm a sucker for this stuff.
Yeah.
Or like the stands that contain the computer and the
hmm
monitor and the camera and the microphone. I'm always there for those too.
Yeah.
Anything about carts as well. Any type of like AV cart. Such a sucker for AV cart videos. It's awful. I'm trying to think.
So,
DSLR shooter is one of them. Like,
yeah.
yes. Oh, that's awesome. I will. I mean, these are great recommendations. I will watch the channel. I'm probably not going to get the timer. I'm so sorry. If I,
I no, no, oh, actually, was it him? It might not have been him.
oh, all right.
Um,
I did not see the egg timer on the desk, so that would track.
yeah. Uh, no, it looks like it
All right.
was, um, this is E.
This is E.
Was that the one?
This is E, all one word.
This is E, all one word. No, I don't see it on there either.
My favorite set of desk accessories for 2024 from 2 months ago.
I mean, that wasn't, well, that was one I looked at pretty recently, but I don't
Um,
see it there either.
um,
I don't know. I don't know where it was.
I feel like I see it.
You see it?
6 minutes and 30 in. This is what we devolved to, folks. Trying to find it. No, it's not it.
6 minutes.
It's not it. No, I don't see it here too. Oh, okay. So I
Oh.
feel like this is an Instagram ad. So that's gonna be my guess. Is that you saw
No, it
this?
was definitely somebody's desk tour, and
And it wasn't product placement.
it was not. So, hmm.
There's a lot of questions about the plant in this video. So Matt, when's your
Uh,
desk tour video coming out then? That shows off your egg timer. We'll get you a sponsorship.
oh, I think I found it.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Yeah, I think. Let me scan ahead. Uh,
Scintillating.
it is. It is. It is. It might have been the Matt Diavella one.
Oh, I think I've seen some of his stuff.
Timer. Do a search for timer. No, not found in his comments.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know where I saw it.
We'll find out. Let us know. This person's definitely into minimalism, so it does look like
Yeah.
something they would use for sure. Uh, yes. All
Yeah,
right.
he did a movie a few years ago
Oh, cool.
called Minimalism.
Yes, I've seen
Yeah.
that movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Shall we find the end stream button?
Yeah,
I
I
think we're
think
pretty
so.
good.
Let me get to the right window. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Stop. Not a lot of comments.